I'm chilling out here on Father's Day, enjoying this nice weather and breeze and all that stuff. Got the camera lady behind the camera right here. Yep, helping me out doing this, helping me out the best way possible to make this scene pop and get it popping and get it rocking. That's how we do to the fullest. About to go home, start editing, enjoy whatever that my wife gonna make, burgers or whatever it's gonna be. Peace. I like to talk to everybody about the beginning scene of Philly Natives Part 2. How I did the scene behind coming from the trees. That was actually added in at the last minute. I went with my daughter on Father's Day in the park right before it rained. And I had the concept like maybe a couple days in my mind, a couple days before we did it. And I said I wanted to come around the trees like a wolf on the prowl. I wanted to relate to the title of what this series is called. So I already wanted to incorporate more lyricism and people that I've seen. I gave them a taste of it in part one. Part one was basically based on where I grew up at, how I grew up as the kid games and everything that I did and all that. And I just threw in the rap a little bit as a little tease. I actually want to go back and re-edit it and redo it over to add some more rap scenes that was in the trailer. I'm going to put them rap scenes that was in the trailer in there, that extended a little bit longer so you can have a little bit more rhyming in there. But that scene coming creeping behind the trees on both sides, I thought it was a nice little mix, mixed in with some special effects to give people that presence of you're about to see some real lyrical things happen in this series. Peace, one love to the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? One of the greatest boxers that ever stepped in the ring. When I wrote My Deadly Weapon, that was my concept of thinking of like a heavy, you in the ring with a heavyweight boxer, and you getting hit with blow after blow after blow, headline after headline, punchline after punchline, and each line I wanted to make better than the next line. That was my whole goal. My deadly weapon, and all the stuff I'm talking about. My deadly weapon. I researched it. Stuff that I know from the top of the dome. None of the things I was making up. I didn't want to put nothing in there. I didn't know what I was talking about. For instance, when I was talking about my goal is to get your ears to reach your highest peak, to get your ears or orgasm. I'm complex at the time, like the substance called protoplasm. Protoplasm is something I learned from reading the Spawn books. It's what all living matter is made up of. It's an unknown substance that scientists still trying to figure out what it is. And Spawn was when he died, he's supposed to died. He came back in the underworld, and he came back undead. He was dealing with that, and I learned what that was. So I incorporate that in a rhyme. A lot of people may not know what it is. My main goal is for you to go and research a lot of stuff that I do rhyme about. Go online and look it up and make you understand why I used it in a rhyme. So I never talk about stuff I don't know about. But like I said, the main goal is to hit you with blow after blow after blow. And My Deadly Weapon is one of the best rhymes I ever wrote. That was my main goal too. It's long. It kind of reminds you of back in the day when hip hop first started, when MCs got on the mic and rhymed for like 10 minutes straight. It wasn't no bars. Rules back then. It was non-stop. It's until whenever the break beat kept going, whenever the MC feel like stopping, and I just want to keep going on and on. And I even make a joke about it when I say, I know this rhyme is kind of long, but F it, I don't need a chorus. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I did what I did when it came to that. And the special effect that I did was one of the rhymes that I wrote. That I said, you never know what comes my next cape, but my lyrical flows and evaporate in your ears and become vapor. And then actually, if you really look close you see the vapor coming out of my ears as I say it. And I try to make all the special effects that I put in there like that, try to blend them with what I was saying and make them come out right after what I was saying. Like when I say my mental, critical rhymes causing explosions. Right after I say that, you see fireworks come in the background like it's coming from my brain. When I say I spit fire like a dragon, you see the fire come from my mouth, come not exactly from my mouth, but come from that area. Words coming at you. So I'm bringing it to you. The environment I was at was a room. So if I would go back and do it over, I would love to Photoshop it, or have scenes in the background like me in the woods, me at a military base, me inside of different places, but Photoshop some of it, military base, how the hell I'm gonna get in front of a military base, where I could go to a military base, I could actually go to some spots, but come on. So Photoshop and it's probably the best way, like a lot of people do their videos, and I wanted to really, really, really capture that and give people a nice dose of like something that I went overboard with, and conversate a little bit for just being in that room. So I wanted to give people more coming to the screen, not just the rhyme, but even though I want you to pay attention to the rhyme, really, really, really pay attention to the rhyme also. You know what I'm saying? Not to pay too much attention to it, but things just come out of the blue, which out of nowhere will catch people off guard if you ain't never see it. And so I'm trying, I try my best not to tell people about it until they see it. And they be like, wow, it was cool how you did that. The special effects ain't Hollywood. Come on, it's some people may think it's a little cheesy or whatever like that. So I did the best that I could do to make it real as possible. Interact with it to make it come out to be more natural feel. And my rhymes, they always gonna be comical. Always puts comedy in my rhymes because that's part of my sense of humor. They're always gonna be witty. They always gonna be a lot of metaphors compared to a lot of different things, and they always gonna have clues and messages, and to open up the mental doors, to keep you on your toes. Like I said before, um, always keep you on your toes, to keep your mind open, and to let you know that what I'm saying you need to listen to. The wolf is the most vicious animal in the world. You look at the word wolf, or you spell it backwards, it's flow. So I consider my flow real vicious and real dangerous because it's straightforward, it's coming straight at you, and a lot of times it's over your head. You might not catch it all at once. It might be too much for you. So I thought it was a perfect persona using the wolf as that name and that concept. Because the wolf, man, is an animal you don't want to mess with, especially at nighttime. Especially when he's in that hungry mood as an MC. I write rhymes since I was young, attacking, lyrically wise, towards MCs. Always talking, exposing the corny, whack MCs. Even to this day, whatever I see in this industry, I expose all that. And that's how I continue to write and continue to do. Always in that battle, attacking mode. And my spoken word work that I do is all conversation pieces. All conversation pieces. You don't have to agree with it. All of it is common sense reality. I call it common sense reality because it's stuff that everybody can relate to, and it's common sense. It's things that make you think. But it's conversation pieces also. Perfect example, man. My dad one day was talking about soulmates, and we were saying, does soulmates have to be just one? Or are you just giving one soulmate? Do soulmates have to be the same age? Of course, you must around a little kid, man. That's a little limit right there. So let me rephrase that. A certain age limit, But does it always have to do with sex? Does your soulmate have to be a sexual uh, encounter? Your soulmate, and does it have to be of the same race? Does it have to be of the same color? Because right here, it shouldn't even matter, man. The color of your skin. If you're in love with somebody, you like what you like. Somebody that gravitates towards your soul will make you a better person, and vice versa. And willing to accept your flaws, no matter what. That's true love, unconditional love. So I made that into a poem, spoken word piece, and conversations I have about, wow, that would make a nice poem to write about, a nice spoken word. I wrote one called that talks about, does your rabbi, your deacon, your minister, your whoever you go to when you're places of worship, you shouldn't let them tell you who to marry or who to be with. Your religion shouldn't define who you. I mean, if you believe what you want a man of the same faith. Oh well, but does that when you have your soulmate and find your soulmate, and it's getting back to that original poem that I was telling you about the soulmates. Do they have to be of the same faith? It's just something to think about. That's all. Like you believe what you want to believe, religion, whatever you believe in, get a person of the same faith. That's cool. But do you really have to? You love who you love. That person that has their belief, you have yours. Should that make a difference when it comes to love? But like I said, that's what I write about. Stuff like that to really make you want to think. That's why you gotta get my book, Universal Spoken Words. Get it on Lulu. You're gonna hear a lot of different things and my poetry in that book for $9.99. That's gonna really open up your mind.